All right, so it is day 4 of a new ladder reset, and we're sitting here on our level 88 Warlock. Things went pretty smooth. We're going to go from 9k, use Consume on our Tainted, and get up to almost 11k. Consume, super good. But in order to use Consume and still keep your Bind Demon, so boom, we'll throw our Tainted out here. We can have 2. We have to get this up to rank 10. So Demonic Mastery rank 10 is pretty mandatory if you want to use Consume and keep your dude, which I would highly recommend you do. So we get a ton of additional fire skill damage and minus enemy fire resistance from consuming Tainted. That's why we choose Tainted specifically. It scales with Consume itself. I'm not sure if it scales if we put more points into Tainted. I haven't tested it or not. But yeah, we're just dumping into Consume. Bind Demon is a 1-point wonder. This thing is insane. And Demonic Mastery, we just want to 10. You can start putting points into Blood Oath as well to make yourself and your Bound Demon a little bit tankier if he's having issues and you want more survivability yourself. Other than that, just max. We actually use Lethargy. This can break immunities. This slows them, makes them take additional damage. It's really strong. I would highly recommend looking into it. If you're not using it now, you pepper this into your rotation and it's a game changer for sure. 1 point just to have access to Blade Warp. With Blade Warp, however, keep in mind it is line of sight. If you throw it through a door, whoop, wrong button, I just changed my key bindings. If we throw it through a door, it's all fine. If we try to go in here from the wall, it just hits the wall and you teleport to the wall. So yeah, not like actual teleport, but it's still pretty cool. I mostly use it for grouping my summons. So I've got my Conviction Aura, Hephaestus, and our Holy Freeze Aura, Act 2 Razan. And if I find some cows in here, we can teleport here, make sure everybody gets frozen, throw down our sigil, slow everybody, and just absolutely nuke them. So this is hell difficulty, single player, or not single player, this is ladder, having zero issues at all. So again, they're not here. I'll teleport, I'll force them to come to me, and it's almost kind of like a tele stomp. It's my way of getting them to activate, slowing everybody and cursing everybody. Boom, get them all bunched up and pop. Super satisfying, does cows incredibly well with very limited solo self-found gear. I have not made a single trade. This is all stuff that I found myself, and very happy with it. So we've talked about the skills. We can talk a little bit about the gear. We have a Spirit, Talthal or for Targeted Crystal Sword, found this day 1. Got lucky with the 35%. Shaco day 1, again, pretty lucky, but if you do any reasonable amount of farming, you're gonna get a Shaco, or at least trade up to a Shaco eventually. We are newly using this authority here, the 2% chance to cast level 10 Psychic Ward when struck. If you don't know, Psychic Ward is this ability. It's basically the Necromancer's Bone shield. It just absorbs a set amount of damage, but if they hit you, they also get stunned at the same time. And this thing will save your butt whenever you're getting stun locked in a corner, or your hit recovery maybe not high enough. Well, if they hit you, bam, they get stunned, and now you can Blade Warp to safety. So it's pretty cool. Big defensive layer. It's only a 2% chance, but once you cast it, it stays on forever, right? It doesn't have like a duration. It won't expire. Once it casts, you're gonna get a use or two out of it for sure. Just a generic life, faster hit recovery, resistance belt, faster cast rate, resistance, faster cast rate, resistance. Cow Kings for the magic find and the faster run walk. Something like Alders would help a lot for the fire resistance. We're struggling on our resistances pretty heavy, but with that being said, I've only actually died twice, and well, 3 times. 2 times were from the same tier 5 Herald. She's like off-screening me with Holy Fire amp damage combo. It was disgusting. So yeah, I don't know if that interaction is bugged, but it one-shot me. I went from not dying at all to getting absolutely one-ticked by a single Holy Fire aura. But that doesn't matter. Excuses, you know, I died. I did. We have an offhand weapon switch of lower resist wand. I don't use this very often. Typically, I'll only use this if something is both physical immune and fire immune, and our conviction aura doesn't already break it. I'll go ahead and hit them with a lower resist. I mostly just really reserve it for heralds at this point whenever we're doing terror zones. So until we get an enigma and a better amulet, our torch, our annihilus, maybe some Sages, Arachnid's Mesh, some War Travs. There's so much room for improvement. That new book, yeah, I mean, Heart of the Oak. The only piece of gear that I have currently right now that will actually make it into the final iteration maybe is the Shakeup. All right, so we have a super standard setup. We went with the Act 2 Mercenary with Holy Freeze. Anything within 14 yards gets slowed by 53%, and that's huge for survivability. On top of that, we have an Insight. I used a Battle Scythe Ethereal 4-socketed simply because this is what we found. This is day 3 or 4 of a ladder reset, so, you know, I don't have an Ethereal 4-socketed Thresher yet. Ideally, that's what we would have made it in. We want the fast attack speed polearm class. In my opinion, it's just superior because we really rely on life stolen per hit. So Bulwark is my favorite option for like forcing it early game. You can find things like Vamp Gaze and Andes, and there's all sorts of helmets that have even what is it, Talrash's helmet from the Tal set. You just want life stolen per hit. This one, however, is really good because you can force make it in a 3-socketed helm, Shell, IO, Soul. Very easy to farm those things in Nightmare Countess. And it also comes with physical damage received reduced by 15%, which is really a healthy amount and provides a lot of survivability. Then we've got Treachery. This has 2 forms of survivability, one in the form of offense and one in just max res. So Fade, level 15 Fade when struck, 5% chance there. He's going to turn a little invisible boy, and when he does that, his resistances are going to be completely capped out. So Fade is very strong, super tanky, a lot of attack speed. Life Steal, physical damage reduced by 15%. Fast attack speed, 16 meditation aura, level 16 meditation. This basically just translates to infinite mana. We're just gaining so much mana per second that we can cast our abilities all willy-nilly, not really caring. And then just a nice chunky 257% enhanced damage. There's nothing to hate about that. So I just joined our new game here. We're gonna go to Harrogath, Act 5. And I want to show you one more really nice viable farm for us. So because we can cast Consume in town and it gives us like 40% ish movement speed, look, we can zippily move through town with just our run walk, and yeah, makes for a great Pindle runner. We'll throw Lethargy down on the ground, slow them down. We throw 1 Flame Wave and 1 Detonate is usually enough. Got ourselves a nice little IO rune there. We'll pop back in. Might as well, since we're already here. Check out Frigate Highlands. 1 teleport up. Our sigil. And we pop. Nothing too exciting. From that point, we would go to Stony Fields, grab a leg. I've already done that though, so no need to do that again. Let's just grab a tome. Bam. And we'll pop in here, and we would just do a cow run. And we already showed you how good it is at cows. Eventually, like, the plan is, at this point, I kind of do want to roll our sorcerer, and we'll share loot. So I'll throw our Shaco on her, you know, potentially other random stuff. But we'll get her leveled up now that people are a little bit more online. Oh, look, physical immune and fire immune. Okay, well, sigil, and now our dudes can beat them up. We can weapon swap, cast lower resist on him, and yeah, like, look at that. He's stone skin. He was physical immune. Damage is crap. Sigil makes damage not crap. It's pretty good. I don't want to stand next to him though, because he's fire enchanted and he'll pop me. But yeah, it's a fun build. This went really smooth. It was super solo self-found friendly. And I only died twice, and that both times were pushing tier 5 heralds. and I'll be way more careful in the future because I had no idea what to expect and I didn't take them seriously enough. So I really like the build. I will go as far as to say this is probably my new favorite class. I wouldn't say it's the strongest. I still think that the strongest is probably going to be a sorceress to start, and then paladin is still probably overall best. But again, I'm a little ignorant at the other builds, so maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about, and there's something absolutely busted OP still to be discovered. But as of right now, this is basically a hybrid between a fissure. Oh, wow, okay, well, it's actually kind of like a lot. It's a better necromancer at summoning with Big Boy here, and being able to consume and self-buff here, getting a free infinity rune word, getting a, a budget free teleport right off the, like, Enigma for free. It's very similar to the playstyle of Blizzard and Fissure, where you kind of like provide a killing ground and then you try to kite the enemies into it. It's just really satisfying. It's tankier than than anything. I mean, it's honestly the best tank in the game. I don't know. It's very strong. I'm yapping. I think you get the point. I'm going to continue our run. I'm going to MF a little bit. We're going to get a sorceress leveled up, and we're going to do some serious magic funding. I'm thinking 500 meth kills, 500 Andariel kills, and we'll see where we get from there. Definitely want to be doing some torch runs, getting some key sets. Got a lot on the to-do list, and I'm excited. So if you're interested in any of that stuff and you want to, come along for the journey, definitely consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Till then, I got cows to kill. So have fun, and I hope your ladder's going well.